All right, can you guys hear me now? Can you guys hear me now? The fuck is going on with this mic? All right, can you guys hear me now? All right, y'all can hear me now. Can you guys hear me now? All right, cool. All right, so put a one in the chat if you can hear me. Put a one in the chat if you guys can hear me. Put a one in the chat. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me now. So before I start going in, I want to see those ones. All right, perfect. I don't know what the fuck was going on earlier, but anyway, before we get into the game today, I want you guys to notice the shirt that I got on. Submissive women are sexy. You feel what I'm saying? They're fucking sexy. Guys, listen. If you do not have this shirt, look at this fucking shirt. Look at this fucking shirt. And you guys can click the link below to get this shirt. You feel what I'm saying? This shirt is on point. Look, listen. You guys need to get this fucking shirt. Submissive women are sexy. Click the link below. You guys can get your shirts, order them, put them on, spread the word. You feel what I'm saying? So this is the shit right here. So I want to make sure you guys get this. You see the lady right here feeding a dude some grapes and shit. You feel me? This is the shirt that you guys need to get. You guys can go to click the link to the Teespring account for the bad boy gear. We got this shirt. We got it in white. We're gonna also put it in some different colors. You understand? But we got black and white right now. So make sure you guys get that so that you can get the shirts and get your shit popping. All right, let me pull this up a little bit so we could get into this game, man. All right, so I was going to do just a regular video about this, but I was like, yo, let's do a live joint about this shit popping off right here. You understand what I'm saying? Let's do a live joint about this shit popping off right here. So I'm sure most of y'all saw the Jada Pinkett and Will Smith Red Table Talk, right? If you haven't, make sure you watch it after this video, right? Hold on, Tampa, you saying you can't hear me? Can everybody hear me? If Tampa's talking about he can't hear me. Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me? Because he's talking about he can't hear me, unless he's trolling. Or unless Tampa, there's something wrong with your joint, because I'm trying to go in. Because I don't want to go in until y'all can hear me. I'm good? All right, cool. So Tampa, you gotta fix your shit. All right, so let's go into it. So I'm sure that you guys saw the Will Smith and the Jada Pinkett shit or whatever, with the Red Table Talk and all that other stuff. Man, there's a lot to unpack with that shit. There's a lot to unpack with that shit. Now, what's funny about that whole thing is that most people are looking at the situation on a surface level, right? They're looking at it on a surface level. And what happens is Will Smith and Jada, they basically have an open relationship, right? They never really wanted to blatantly come out and say it, but they have an open relationship. You understand? And so a lot of times when they've been speaking over the years, they've been speaking in code. You understand what I'm saying? They've been speaking in code, right? And so before, I remember Jada and Will, I remember Jada was talking about some shit, like they asked her about the relationship. She was like, yeah, Will Smith, he's able to do whatever he wants to do as long as he can look at himself in the mirror, right? I remember she was talking about, I'll be on one side of the house with somebody, he could be on another side of the house with somebody, right? So, and there's been rumors going around about Will Smith and, shit he be getting into, you understand? But what you guys have to understand is this, is that Will Smith and Jada, they can't, or I shouldn't say can't, but they don't want to necessarily, because a few things are happening at the same time. They want to live their truth, but they can't. It's hard for them to live their truth and still get the bad. You understand? So a lot of this stuff that they're doing is to portray a certain image to get the bag. See, when y'all saw that Red Table Talk shit and Will Smith looking all agitated and stuff, people were saying, oh, Will Smith, he looks so hurt. You know, he looks so upset, right? Now, the reason why he looked like that was not because people were like, oh, he feels embarrassed. People were saying like he's hurt by what Jada Pickett did and all that. No, that's not, I'm telling you guys, that's not what it is. Mostly what's going on is that most likely in his situation, and Tony, you said they're clearly acting, right? And that's part of it too. But mostly what's happening is he's frustrated that he has to come out and do this because that's fucking up the image. It's fucking up the brand. Remember, Will Smith has said on plenty of occasions that when he is picking movie roles and trying to do certain things, he said that he wants to portray a certain image. And understand, Will Smith has a certain image to uphold, right? And what happens is that society, you know, the public aren't really ready for the type of relationship that Will and Jada are having. They're not ready for that shit, right? And so that's why they sort of try to keep it under wraps, but they want the truth to come out because the truth always wants to come out, which is why they've been throwing hints. You understand what I'm saying? So the truth wants to come out, but they can't necessarily come all the way out with it because the public is not ready to hear that truth. You understand what I'm saying? This is what most of this shit is about. See, dudes, you know, people talking about, oh, Will Smith, he's upset and he looks like he's gonna cry and he's so upset about what he don't give a fuck about none of that shit. He knew all that shit was happening. You understand what I'm saying? He knew Jada was doing it, the shit she was doing, and he was doing some shit that he was doing. This is why when you watch the video, right, they tried to paint it like they had this breakup and then she did some stuff in the breakup and that's how it happened, right? But that's to placate to the public. You understand what I'm saying? But the people who know that that's not what it really is. What's really going on is they have an open relationship. They fuck around with other people. One of the people that they fucked around with, August Alsina, came out and blatantly said it. So now they're trying to do damage control. That's all it is. And they're trying to control sort of the image of their situation. You understand? That's what they're trying to do. And they're doing that because they want to protect the bag, to protect the brand, which essentially is to make sure that they protect the bag. But understand that they're laughing at you. You understand? Now, trust me, they didn't necessarily want this to come out and have to do all that shit. But what you saw on the Red Table Talk is an orchestrated fucking thing so that they can sway public perception because they know that the public is not ready for that type of shit. See, there's so many codes in that fucking 12-minute video, right? That tells you they're in an open relationship, that tells you that they're laughing at you, that tells you that they don't think that you're ready to handle this type of relationship. Matter of fact, if y'all were watching a live stream yesterday, remember that dude called up and he was talking about, Mr. Lucario, I don't understand. How can you be okay with your wife, or your girlfriend or whoever being with another guy? That's crazy. No real man is going to do that. That's cuckoldry. How could you do that? How could you want? But that's your girl, bro. That's your girl. How could you do that? It's your girl, bro. Huh? See, that's how niggas think nowadays. So because niggas think that like that, you think Jada Pickett and Will Smith could just be like, listen, guys, we be fucking having orgies and all this other shit at the crib. You think people ready for that shit? You understand what I'm saying? So because they know motherfuckers ain't ready for that shit, that's why they keep it under wraps. But again, they want to actually live their truth. This is the sort of paradox they're in. They want to be like, look, this is how we get down, but they know saying that is going to fuck the bag up. So they're like, let's just kind of keep it on the low, but they keep throwing hints out there because that's their truth. Because the truth always, is going to come to light. You understand? It's going to come to light. You got to understand that. The truth wants to get out. And see, that's the reason why Will is looking so agitated. It's not because of what happened. You understand? Because he knew that shit was happening. He understood what was going on. And listen, this is what people got to understand. Will and Jada has been together for damn near 25 years, that they said. You understand? Most people have not been with a person for that long. You understand? That's a long fucking time to be with somebody. You know, so what happens is that if you are in a relationship with that person, y'all got kids, y'all have a business that y'all run, right? Because, and this is what I said a long time ago. Remember, I always said relationships are business. You understand? I've said this plenty of times. Relationships are business. That's where the actual, the marriage came from, is business. Dominique Cummings said, yes, the caller had a point, which is why he gave him 10 plus minutes of call time. If he wasn't on point, the call would have ended way short. No. The dude didn't have no point. You got to understand something. I keep people on like that to go back and forth with them so that y'all can see the foolishness. So unfortunately, Dominic Coven doesn't understand that. He doesn't see the foolishness. It went over your head. That went over your head. Because like Miles was saying, Miles basically was like, look, the dude just came in to make a statement, which is what he was trying to do, disguising it as a question. And if you notice, you can look back on this shit. This is why I kept questioning him to see, are you really asking a question? You see what I'm saying? What's good, AT? What's popping, bro? But that's what I'm saying. Now, what you got to understand is people are looking at this and they're feeling a certain type of way because most people, there's a lot of women, and even some dudes too, because some dudes is, they're on some other shit, that looked at Jada and Will as relationship goals. You understand? They looked at Jada and Will as relationship goals because they're like, oh my God, they've been together for so long. They look like a great couple. They love each other. I want that in my life. I want that type of situation, right? But what kept that situation on lock was the fact that Jada and Will understood that their relationship is business. This is why even when you watch the end of the Red Table Talk or whatever, and he's like, look, we partners for life. That's why they call themselves life partners, because they know how much money goes into the fact that they are a couple. See, a lot of dudes online, they'll be like, oh, Will Smith's a cuck and he's beta and blah, 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 right? What you got to understand is that he don't give a fuck about none of that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because he knows that staying with her makes him look good in the eyes of the masses, of especially women. You understand what I'm saying? And they're like, oh my God, he's such an awesome guy. Like, look at Will Smith. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm glad y'all brought that up. The part where they said it was like they fist bumped each other and it was like bad marriage for life. It was like we ride together, we die together, bad marriage for life. That was hilarious because that was them laughing at you. You understand what I'm saying? This is what you guys don't get. They're taking the perception of what people think about their situation and throwing it back in your face and laughing at you. This is what you guys don't understand. Dre Todd Brain, he said, come on, look hard, there's no defense for that messy shit. This is what you got to understand. It's messy to you, but in private, it's not messy. This is what you guys don't understand. All that shit that's been going on, it's been going on. What they're trying to do is develop a storyline for y'all to be able to digest it. All of that shit was, y'all really think that Will and Jada didn't practice that whole shit? Y'all think they was just sitting there riffing? That whole shit, the whole fucking thing, talking about we ride together, we die together, bad marriage for life, that's a script. That shit wasn't on the fly, right? And even if that was on the fly, that's probably something that they joked about behind the scenes before, a bunch of times. You see what I'm saying? They're talking about the public perception of their situation to make it more palatable for y'all motherfuckers to take it. This is what you guys gotta understand. You understand? See, y'all are looking at shit on a surface level. This is the problem with y'all. Y'all looking at shit through emotions and love and romance and all that other shit. No, these motherfuckers is trying to get the bag. You understand what I'm saying? This is what y'all don't get. They're on a whole nother. Listen, if you've been with someone for 25 years, right? Trust me, you're not gonna give a fuck about your wife fucking with somebody else when you are also fucking with other people. You think Will Smith is just sitting there twiddling his thumbs? No, Will Smith is getting it in. Now, there's rumors he's been getting it in with, men and women. That's neither here nor there. But again, he's been getting it in. She's been getting it in. This is why, remember when he said in the thing, he's like, I'm going to get you back? And she was like, oh, I think you've gotten me back already, right? And they were laughing about that because she's basically saying, nigga, you out here fucking too. What the fuck you talking about? You understand? Avery said it took them a week to speak publicly. They hired a strategist to advise them on how to address it and come out on top. And exactly. This is, I'm telling you, this, y'all got to understand. This is for the public. This is for y'all. That's a show for y'all. Trust me, they've been doing whatever the fuck they've been doing. They've been together for and this is what you guys got to understand, right? Listen, and the reason why I'm telling you guys this shit is because I've been in situations where, I've met women who have husbands, right? I met single women. I met women who have boyfriends, all this other shit, who is into the open relationship, polyamorous lifestyle and all that other stuff, right? Where they do that lifestyle, but their family, some of them families don't even know. The people at work don't know, right? And some of their close friends don't even know. You understand? Above trend, you said, what kind of business strategy is this? Because we'll look dumb, period. No. What you have to understand is August Alsina was supposed to keep his mouth shut. You understand? He did not keep his mouth shut. So because he didn't keep his mouth shut, they have to do damage control, right? So they're going to say, hey, listen, we're not going to necessarily come out and say, we getting down to get down, but we can't necessarily deny it also. So we're going to come somewhere in the middle. So what we'll say is, yeah, I had a relationship with August, but we were broken up to make it more palatable for the masses. You understand that? Y'all have to understand that the masses sometimes cannot take certain information. You understand what I'm saying? They can't take it. right? Because the masses are indoctrinated into thinking a certain way about relationships, sex, dating, all that other stuff. This, you know, when you have like shit like romantic comedies, shit like, you know, like what you always hear people say, oh, I'm looking for the one. I'm looking for that special some. That's bullshit. All that shit is bullshit, people. I'm looking for the one. I want to find my space. That's my girl, bro. That's my girl, though. Bullshit. It's all bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get the likes up. We got 260 people watching right now. I see only 60-something likes. Make sure you guys get the likes up. Right? So, because August ran his mouth, they got to do damage control. Right? Because this is the first time in their situation where it was outed that they're actually fucking with someone else outside their relationship. All the other times is sort of like little speculation and little teasers here and there of them saying certain shit, but there was nobody who came out and said, hey, I fucked Jada's picking, or I fucked Will Smith. There was nobody that came out and said that until now, right? But they said, hey, you know what? For the bag, it'll be maybe more palatable to say, look, we'll just be like, look, we were kind of on a break. We were going through a tough time. And so for the monogamous minded folk, it can make sense to them. You understand? This is why they're doing this shit. Now, again, this also on a psychological level hurts Will and Jada. Don't think it doesn't. Don't think it doesn't. It still hurts them on a psychological level. You understand? Meaning that they actually want to live their truth. But they're in a bind because living their truth and being exactly how they are and being open with that publicly can, it can be detrimental to their business and their lifestyle and their livelihood. And some people may think, but yo, they're already rich and this and this and that and all this other stuff. But what y'all don't understand is that they still have connections, networks. They're figuring, damn, there's other people that they fucked with who are looking at them like, yo, shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing. Like Will Smith could have fucked with, they had the rumor of her, and I hate talking about this like this. It sounds super gossipy, but I'm just saying it just to make the point. But I think they had the rumor where he was fucking with Margot Robbie or some shit, right? And now it's everybody knows Jada and August Alsina was fucking with each other. So what happens is, imagine all the other people they were fucking with who don't really necessarily want people to know that they were getting down like that. So it's not just necessarily them, it's other things entangled in that, the entanglements. She tried that was funny when she tried to act like, this is an entanglement. And Will Smith checked her like, listen, no, you was in a relationship. Stop fucking around. F Money, you said open relationships are demonic. Fuck out of here, you trolling. But yeah, that's the thing. So let's say, for example, Will Smith, let's say just for sake of argument, let's say Will Smith likes to fuck with dudes, right? He probably doesn't want to, he's like, I can't let the fucking public know because that's going to fuck up the image. You understand what I'm saying? That's going to fuck up the image. Big City said, Lucario, people don't know anything. Did you see the clip with Jada's boyfriend back in the day where she was in a relationship with him and he said she was in love with Pac during the relationship? Nothing new for her. Hey, and that's another thing, man. Listen, man, if y'all do the fucking homework from years, you understand what I'm saying? You'll see the trail. Crane, you say, do you think they got money from the Red Table Talk? Of course. All that shit makes the money. All that shit makes the money. All that shit makes the money. You understand? But people have an image to uphold. This is why, listen, your favorite rappers, singers, actresses, people who are politicians, all that shit. These people are getting down and doing a bunch of crazy shit that you would never know. But they don't want it to be public because they have a certain image they're trying to uphold. You understand? They have a certain image that they're trying to uphold. You understand? And so that's the part that people don't really see and understand is that, yeah, you know, the shit's going on, but they don't necessarily want to put it out there. And again, like I was saying, the reason why it also hurts them on a psychological level is because they want to tell their truth, but they have something holding them back. And then because they have that thing holding them back, it's almost simultaneously telling them that there's something wrong with their truth, right? Because you got to understand there's a lot of pushback from things that aren't considered the norm. You understand? That aren't considered the norm. It's just like, let's say, for example, you had a person who was going to run for president, who was a guy who didn't have a wife. You know, him not having a wife would dramatically impact the fact that he probably won't win just off of that. So they'll be like, nigga, we got to get you a fucking wife to present this image. You understand? But you might not know that same guy likes to take it in the ass. You understand what I'm saying? Behind closed doors. You understand? F Money, what are you talking? You say you do react videos, what? On dating channels and others. I agree women are extremely sexual, but it's all about sin and open relationships are bad. Oh my Jesus. Bruh. Stop it. Do you know that open relationships, polyamorous situations were the thing before monogamy even came into play? You understand? So what were people doing all this bad shit for thousands of years until monogamy came and they said, oh shit, finally monogamy's here. So now we can start doing it right. Fuck are you talking about? Get out of here with that bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? Man. My goodness. But this is what I'm trying to tell you guys, man. Let me try to maybe get some calls real quick. Let me try to turn on this this fucking Skype and shit real quick. I see we up to 92 likes. Let me try to get this shit popping. Hold on. Let me turn this Skype on real quick. Get this shit going. Make sure you guys get the likes up. Make sure you guys hit that donate button at the top to donate to the show. Make sure you guys do that. All right. All right, let me make sure the Skype is connected to the thingy, and we gonna go in. We gonna go in. Remember, guys, get these shirts. These shirts are on fucking point. Submissive women are sexy than a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? They are sexy as shit. That's what we gotta start that hashtag. You know what I'm saying? On some hashtag submissive women are sexy, goddammit. Real talk. Sexier than a motherfucker. Make sure you guys click the link below to get them shirts. You feel me? Mike, as you said, is there a reason why you were so angry in the last couple of videos? Which videos was I angry? I'm not really angry. I don't be angry. I just be, listen, if I get passionate and I start, you know what I'm saying, yelling, that's just passion, bro. That's just because I care about the fucking topics. And I hate a lot of, I feel like there's a lot of misinformation going on out here. And that's what gets me like, I'm like, what the fuck? You understand what I'm saying? But guys, the caller number is 646-481-3901. You guys can call up. You guys can call up. You said I'm calling guys coward. Why coward? Well, this is the thing. I called dudes coward in the video when I was talking about cold approach, because if you're scared to approach a woman, that's cowardly shit. That's cowardly shit. Yo, what's poppin'? Who this? You. Yo, what's going on? What's going on? Why am I not hearing anybody? Is it my fault? Is it on me? Hold on. Let me try somebody else. All right, yo, what's going on? Who's this? Damn, it's probably my Skype. Hold on, my Skype is fucking up. Give me a second, guys. I gotta redo this shit. I don't know why. All right, let me try one more time. See if it's the Skype or if it's me. I mean, if it's the yo. Yeah, it's the fucking Skype. Hold on, give me a second, guys. I hate when this shit do this. I gotta restart the Skype and do some fucking nonsense. Give me 1 second. This shit crazy. I don't know why the Skype want to be on some bullshit. Man. Hold on. Hold on, okay. Let me make sure. This is the audio video, okay, and then boom, 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 that's on point. All right, so you got to try to call back in. Let me see if this shit'll do what it needs to do and stop fucking around. Let me see if it's gonna do what it's doing and stop fucking around. All right, let's see. You.
Yo, Lacar, can you hear me?
What's poppin'? Who this?
Yo, what's up? Fair noise. Can you give me the time?
What's going on?
Yo, hey man, I'm glad to call you on the live stream. This is some real stuff you're actually talking about. Mm-hmm. And I actually had a quick question about a situation I'm about kind of going through right now.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I was talking to somebody, a woman that was supposed to meet up this Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I get the feeling she's married.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. Here's the thing. I asked her to meet up this Monday. I asked her to come by my place.
Mm-hmm.
But she said she wants to meet out outside. She doesn't want to go inside for her safety. And something about I'm haunted by my past.
What? So wait, hold on. So what makes you think she's married?
Just things I've heard around the block.
Mm-hmm. You heard stuff about her?
Yeah.
From who?
Just people around the block, around where I live.
So people around that know her?
Apparently.
Okay, so
apparently.
So and wait a second, because I'm still trying to get on this married shit. So how do these guys know her, or how do these people know her? Like, who told you she was married?
Just some people I met at the bar.
Okay, and and how do you get in a conversation with these people to get to know that she was married?
Just met them at the bar.
Because I'm trying to get to the bottom of this part. Because okay, so you were at a bar, you was hollering at her, and then she left, and then you were speaking to some people, and they said, "Yo, that chick you was hollering at, she's married." Hold on, this dude call just went out. What happened? Okay, I guess he hung up. All right. I don't know what was going on. Yo, what's poppin'? Who this?
Hey, Lacar, yo, it's your boy Yak the Dragon, man. What's up?
What's going on, bro?
You know what? I said the same thing that you just said on my live stream last night. I said I think it's a publicity stuff. I mean, just like who else married? That was in the, it was like T.I. and Tiny. It was all a front. Like I think all this is a front, man. Because you gotta think it's celebrities.
Yeah, that's the thing. You gotta understand. Now you gotta understand that it's not that things aren't happening, but they're remember they're the ones in control of the narrative they're putting out. You understand what I'm saying? So what they're doing is based off of what August Alsina did. They're like, okay, we got to create a narrative to move forward so that people can look at this situation this way. That's all that is.
Right. So and yesterday you was arguing with some niggas talking about that's my girl, bro. That's my girl. You was like, that's not your girl because you know she don't fully belong to you, even though y'all monogamous. She can still step out on you, right?
Right. Well,
I remember you said that, right?
Yeah, but I mean, pretty much.
Huh?
No, I said pretty much. A girl can step out anytime.
Right. So exactly. So since I know that I'm read this and I understand female nature or human nature in general, that's why I don't do relationships, dog. I just date. You know what I'm saying? So like the most I do with a chick is just date her. You know,
but why?
Not necessarily boyfriend and girlfriend.
All right. So, but why? What's your point in dating the girl?
Well, I mean, I still want to give some companionship, but I don't want to be committed because I know that.
Wait, hold on. Wait, how you gonna get some companionship if you ain't trying to commit? What are you talking
about? No. Okay, dating is like level 3. Boyfriend girlfriend level 4.
You're saying like
we do a little bit more.
So you're saying like you talking about you talking about fucking and hanging out? That's what you're saying.
Right now, hanging out, holding hands, we can cuddle. You know what I'm saying? We can like kiss, make out if we're a couple. Like, say if I want to go out to a function, I'll bring her with me. Or say if I want to go like take a trip, I'll bring her with me. I'm not gonna bring every girl I stuck with me because some of them girls are just fuck buddies. You know what I'm saying? So it's love. Now the reason why I won't make it monogamous, not because I can't be monogamous, because I can't even know I'm a guy, is because I know. The reality of the world. I know she's gonna find it attractive. I know she might run into a nigga like you, who might get in her head and get out of her panties. So I say, you know what? I'll just keep on dating. So every now and again, she can fuck other dude every now and again. And I'll fuck another chick every now and again. I'm not saying I do it every fucking day.
Right.
Every once in a while, yeah.
Well, let me ask you a question though. Let's say you dating a girl, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you dating a girl and you called her up. Like this is a girl you've been seeing for like 3 months, right? Y'all been fucking, everything cool. Let's say you call her up one day and say, hey, let's meet up Friday. And let's say she says, I can't, I have a date. How does that make you feel?
Go ahead. Hey, my woman, my feelings ain't involved, dog. You know what I'm saying? Check this out. I'm not gonna marry on. I got a soft spot where my heart used to be, but
so then why? So my question is, why can't you bring that same energy to a relationship?
Because I don't. Like I told you before, I don't trust a woman with my heart.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No, what I'm saying is the same way you got that cold heart with the girl you dating. Why can't you have a long-term relationship and still keep your cold heart?
Because I don't want to take the risk of getting killed. I mean, even though I can just move on, but I don't want to just be in that predicament. You know what I'm saying? So to avoid that, I'd rather just date. She'd be my main one. I'd be her main one while we see other people every now and again. Right. You know what I'm saying? And if you want to move on from me and do somebody else, that's totally fine. You know what I'm saying? Because I tell women this, listen, baby, you're not no jailbird. You're a free butterfly. You know what I'm saying? I don't take it personal. It's all business. That's why my feelings involved.
And so what happens? So what do you do?
You'll get hurt.
So what do you do when, let's say, you meet a girl and this girl is on point, you really like her, and she likes you, and y'all been dating for like 5, 6, 7 months, 8 months, and y'all keep dating, and she's like, hey, I want to be a girl. You just say nah, and you just charge to the game. Like, what do you? I'm trying to see what is your protocol for when you like a chick and you want to keep seeing her, and it's getting to that point where it's kind of like we ain't just kind of dating, we going down a different direction. Like, what do you do?
Well, in the beginning, when I meet a chick, I'm a mold one. I'm gonna let her know but I'm looking for it to jump, so that way she won't be surprised. Now, I'm not saying people can't catch feelings. Things happen.
Right.
You know, we all human. I get that. But then get you catch feelings. So baby, I told you in the beginning, I don't do that because I just don't. I'm not saying you want to cheat on me. I'm not saying you're a bad woman. It's just that it's not in me anymore. You know, as long as I'm living on this planet, I can't do that. I mean, maybe in the next life, you know, as I'm born as something else, I can do that. But I can't do it on Earth, man. Earth is an evil ass planet, and I understand that, Lucario.
All right. Well, I'm just getting because I'm just curious as to what, because a lot of guys sort of have this mentality of, look, I'm only going to do this, but then I'm not going to do this. But my question always is that if it gets to that point, are you just going to cut the shit off? You feel what I'm saying? Because to me, it don't make sense to me. If you have a chick who's on point, why would you cut that off? You understand what I'm saying?
Well, because there's still a small possibility that she can still cheat on me with a guy like you. I'm not gonna.
Okay, so then why don't you just dump her when the cheating happened?
I mean that's true too. That's true too. I said that, but still, like I'm also said, I
y'all guys, you know, I'm gonna start calling dude, like, because dudes be having their heart in their dick. You understand what I'm saying? That's the problem with a lot of dudes. That where it's hard for y'all to just, because see what you're doing is you're see if you said, hey, listen, I'm not gonna fuck with these chicks because I'm just a player about my shit, and that's how I get down, and it is what it is, and I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. That's cool. But what I'm hearing from you and what I hear from a lot of guys is they're saying, I don't want to do this, but it's out of fear. You see what I'm saying? Your actions are based on fear, which isn't necessarily good. You see what I'm saying? That's why I'm asking you all these questions, because if you notice, you're saying, well, I don't want to get my heart broke. This girl going to do this, this girl going to do that. So you're basing your actions strictly on fear. You see what I'm saying? Because what I'm asking you is, what would you do? Hold on, what would you do if that fear was out the way? Let's say you ain't got to think about her cheating, you ain't got to think about her doing some bullshit. What would you actually want to happen?
You said if I didn't have that fear?
Yeah, like if none of that was an issue, what would you do with the chick?
Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it fear per se. I just call it, you know, an uncomfortable situation. So just because I don't fear it, it don't mean I want to be in that situation. You see what I'm saying? So it ain't necessarily mean fear. You know, okay, well, how about that? The only way that I will be in a monogamous relationship with a girlfriend is unless I meet a migrant type chick. If I meet a migrant type chick, then maybe I'll consider. But those chicks are hard to find. So then I'm just dead. And just get a woman from the side.
All right, bro. All right, I feel you, my brother. But just, you know, yo, man, I'm telling you, if you find that chick that make you feel those feelings, I want you to call me so we could talk this out, because I don't want you you know what I'm saying? I don't want you sitting in the corner crying. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I want you to be all right. You feel me?
Trust me, bro. I'll shed tears no more.
I feel you. I feel you, bro. All right, Molly. All right, peace. Later. All right. All right, let me see who's next on this shit. Yeah, what's going on?
Yo, what's good, Mr. Lucario? How you doing, man?
What's popping, bro? What's good with you?
I'm chilling. What's good, y'all, from the chat?
Right.
I actually, you know, I actually came here just to comment on the title of the video because I was listening to what you were talking about the Will Ho and Jaden Smith thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be exact, I see your frustration. Like, I understand it.
Mm.
And your frustration comes from you dealing with a bunch of emotional men. So, like, that's really what it is. And, like I completely understand, but I really want men to really understand what I'm about to say. The reason why a lot of men are against the whole Will and Jada thing is because men are coming at it from an emotional standpoint, which is something that you made clear.
Facts.
Men are not looking at it from a logical standpoint. Now, the reason why a lot of men are not looking at this from a logical standpoint is because a lot of men have been trained by women. And as we all know, women are emotional beings. This is their nature. This is not me bashing women. This is just me stating a fact. Women are emotional beings. Now, I'm about to give y'all a clarification and an example. I want you to think about a water bottle, because I want you to notice Mr. Lucario always talks about the value of a man, which is to manage a relationship, right? To be the logical person within the relationship. This is something that you've been stating ever since I'm 18. So, right, I want you to think about a water bottle, and I want you to think about the water and the bottle. Now, the container, right, is the water bottle in itself. With or without the water bottle is who it is, right? The container is it holds the water in. The water within itself is the feminine. If I want you to take notice of what I'm about to say. Without the water bottle within itself, the water is all over the place. You get the point. So the
this
water
nigga dropping
bottle,
facts. Go ahead, keep preaching. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. The water bottle, the value that it brings to the water is stability. It contains the water, and the water is therefore not able to be all over the place because of the water bottle, because it's being contained. Okay, same thing comes. Let's apply that, right? Because the water bottle is the masculine, the water is the feminine. Now let's apply that to the Will and Jada relationship. I'm pretty sure, hands down, the person in the relationship that wanted to leave the relationship when things weren't going the right way and wanted to do whatever and was like, you know what, fuck this, was Jada. Because women are emotional beings. When they get in their emotions, they don't give a damn. They're not logical. Okay, cool. I'm pretty sure also that Will was the person that was like, nah. See, a lot of things have been coming out of this relationship. We have gained so much from being together. So therefore, we're going to stay together and do whatever the hell we want to do, because the value of a man is to bring structure. The value of a man is to bring stability. The value of the man is to contain. And that's what because it's in a man's nature just to do that, to bring order. Okay? Women are all over the place. I really want you guys to study boys and girls just from when they're born. You feel me? It's in a man's nature just to bring order to chaos. So Will, being the man, was like, you know what, this is how we're going to do things, because he was looking at things from a logical standpoint. Because just like the water bottle goes, you know what, if I was to leave, the water would be all over the place and it would mess everything up and it would get places wet. So I'm going to stay here and contain the water so that the water won't be all over the place. So that if anybody was to see me, they can drink me, which therefore I benefit from it because I am bringing value. Same thing with Will Smith. They have gained so much by just being together. So if they were to be apart, they would gain less. I'm pretty sure Beyonce and Jay-Z are doing the same thing. I'm pretty sure. Because you got to understand something about emotions, right? Emotions has this way of deceiving a person to make it think that it will last forever. Just notice anytime you get mad, you feel like this is going to last forever. That's why logic comes in and goes, when you get mad, calm down, go sit somewhere, because later on, because emotion just has a way of making it feel like it's going to be forever. Have you ever been so happy that you felt like you were going to be happy for a whole week? And then the next day comes, and all of a sudden you're mad. You feel me? That's why women tend to do a lot of dumb shit when they get emotional. So as men, we bring logic to the point. Now, I'm getting to the point, Mr. Lucario.
Nah, can you go? You flowing? Go, flow, keep flowing. I love it. I'm catching the game energy. I love it. Keep going.
All right. So because men have been trained by women, right? Because there is not a lot of father figures within the home. Therefore, the absence of fatherhood within the home is the absence of logic.
Mm-hmm.
And men are supposed to be logical creatures, right? Mm-hmm. We're supposed to be like, this is supposed to happen. This is how we're going to do it. Because logic, let me explain logic. Logic is basically doing the rightful thing based on the situation that has been given on to you. It's adapting to the situation and being like, okay, what can I get out of this situation that will benefit everybody in a good way?
Facts.
That's logic, right? Emotions don't give a damn. Emotions will do whatever that it feels. So because men have been raised by women, which are emotional creatures, therefore we have a lot of emotional men. So those emotional men, right? Because basically what it is a bitch in a man's body, right? So because he has a lot of these feminine traits, when he goes on Instagram, and he sees Shade Room post this whole Will Smith thing, they go, well, what about love?
Right.
Well, what about the way you feel? Well, it's supposed to, it's supposed to feel like this, and if it's love, then we're supposed to be together, and we're supposed to last together, and it's never supposed to be boring, and it's supposed to be entertaining, and it's supposed to be a fantasy.
Right.
That's how women talk. If you notice, that's how little girls talk. They talk in a forever. That's why the whole notion of it's gonna last forever or your soulmate, that's coming from a woman, because a man understands this is logic. This is not gonna last forever. So that's basically my take. So I see your frustration, because what it is you're dealing with a lot of bitches, my guy.
Nah, you on point. And look. And I'm so glad that you see this and you understand this, because this is what I'm trying to convey to these dudes, is that they're always coming at the situation from an emotional standpoint. That's why I said that dudes got their heart in their dicks. You understand what I'm saying? Because they're fucking, you know what I mean? Like they're all over the place with this, and it's like, well, the Will's a cuck, and she ain't shit, and blah. They getting all emotional, because that's where a lot of guys have looked at it in that way when it comes to relationships. But as a man, this is why they say that a man you can love a woman, but you shouldn't be in love, because when you're in love, you're not thinking rationally. Women can be in love, but a man, they say a man should love a woman the same way God loves his children. You understand what I'm saying? Right. So you have that love for them, but you're not in love, because you always have to be standing and thinking objectively. You have to think logically, because see what it is with a man is that sometimes what happens is you're going to have to do things even when you don't feel like doing it, because it's the right thing to do at the time. You see what I'm saying? You see what I mean? Right. Exactly. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Yes. And it's just like what you said with Will Smith and Jada. It's like he's looking at it like, yo, listen, we gonna have to let's keep this shit going, because us keeping this shit going is what's keeping this whole thing even bigger and getting better than each day with us being together. We're going to make more money and be more prosperous together than apart. And he knows this. That's why he was saying even in the thing like, yo, we in this shit for life. That's why they call themselves life partners, because probably from like years ago, they probably was like, listen, man, we together, but you do your thing, I'm gonna do my thing, but we still fuck with each other, and that's what they did. And so they said, well, let's keep it tight, especially for the public, so that we can keep this shit going in a certain way. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, and that's what a lot of men just don't understand. A lot of men don't know their value. You feel me? Because as a man, you're supposed to contain within the relationship. And I want to make a huge point. When I say women are indecisive, when I say women are inconsistent, when I say women are emotional, that's neither good or bad. But for me, that's good. And here's why. Because she's emotional, I get to be rational. You feel me?
Right.
No. Am I saying the words right? Basically logical. Because she's emotional, I get to be logical.
Right.
Right? Because she's indecisive, I get to be
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Because she's doubtful and timid, right? I get to be assertive, right? Because she's not aggressive and she's passive aggressive, I get to be aggressive. She's giving me the opportunity to be masculine. That's called polarization. And I want you to, because at the end of the day, one thing that us men don't want is to take a woman out on a date, sexy ass female, thick, black, that's my type. Black, big, sexy as hell. She comes in the car and she goes, nigga, this is where the fuck I want to go. Take me there. Who feels like the bitch in the conversation now?
Right. Exactly.
Man, I'm gonna end with that, Mr. Lucario. Man, I just want to say something else. You guys, I really appreciate this, man. I have been studying masculinity ever since I came in contact with Mr. Lucario. I'm 21. I was 18. I'm 21 now. I have literally been doing something that most men are not doing. And the love that I've been receiving lately, ever since yesterday, I came on and was like, guys, follow me. I mean, you guys have been following me on my IG. You guys have been following me on YouTube. And it's just tremendous. And I really appreciate that. You guys go follow me on IG, masculinity_dissection_. It's 2 underscores. Then on YouTube, masculinity_. Man, I really appreciate this. I'm gonna keep going. I promise I'm gonna keep going hard. I have something to show the world and bring to the world. So this all came from you, Mr. Lucario. So I understand that you're frustrated with the many bitches that you're dealing with, but keep going because us men are growing from it. So thank you so much.
That's what's up, bro. I appreciate the call, my brother. All right.
Yes, sir. All right.
Peace. That man, he dropped heavy game, people. Jesus. That was serious. My God. Yo, what's poppin'? Who this?
Yo, Cario.
What's going on?
Not much. How are you doing?
Chilling. What's going on, bro?
So yeah, I wanted to talk about this topic.
All right.
So a lot of people are saying that Will Smith, Jada, Dean, he's been talking about that. Saying he's got weak game, and actually, funny enough, I just saw a reminder on YouTube that he's about to go in, have a show on saying don't be like Will Smith, but you're saying though, guys like you're saying though, it sounds like Will Smith knows what he's doing. What do you think? Do you think that Will Smith he's actually a sexual alpha or a beta?
No, what you have to understand is that Will and Jada is in a different situation than most people, right? And what you have to understand is that they're celebrities, they have a brand, they have an image, right, to the public. So what you have to understand is that all of this shit that is actually going on in their relationship, they're not really telling you guys. You understand what I'm saying? They're not telling you all the shit that's really going on in their relationship. What they're doing is they're trying to paint a picture that is somewhat closely palatable for the public to believe and to digest. You understand what I'm saying? So for example, let's say for example, if let's say you got a fucking 3-year-old kid or whatever, and they want ice cream and shit, or you hey, I'm gonna give you some ice cream, right? You might give them a big cone with 3 scoops, and because they can't hardly hold the cone right, and the ice cream's dripping down, and the first and second scoop drop on the floor, you say, all right, cool, you can't handle that much ice cream. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a little cup and put half a scoop in there and give you a spoon. That's what you can handle. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that the shit that Will and Jada are actually doing and actually experiencing, the public can't handle that shit. You understand what I'm saying?
No, I know. But so
what I'm saying is that you can't say, oh, Will Smith's the alpha, Will Smith's the beta. This you can't necessarily say that, because what happens is that we don't know what's actually going on behind the scenes. Now, the reason why Will Smith was looking so annoyed on the situation in that situation was the fact that he had to do that in the first place, meaning he had to do the damage control, because what it is that they've probably had conversations when that whole shit was happening with August Alsina and Jada Pinkett. He was not oblivious to that. He knew that shit was going on, they talked and all that other shit. I'm sure they talked, they did all that shit. This is not some shit that's like gonna not happen. Or I say this is not some shit that happened and he was just oblivious. No, he understood this. He knew this. Now, what he's saying is behind closed doors, this is whatever. I don't give a fuck about this. I've been with you for 25 years. I'm fucking all these models and actresses and all this other shit behind the scenes too. So I'm gonna do me, you gonna do you. Now, because August Alsina said something, now Will Smith has to address it. Jada Pinkett has to address it. But they can't just address it and say, hey, guess what, guys? Listen, that ain't no big deal. We have orgy parties like every month. You understand? I'm fucking so-and-so from that was in the movie. They're not gonna say all that, right? So they so they have to present it in a certain way. So what I'm saying is you can't judge whether or not Will Smith is this or that based off what they're presenting. You understand? Because unless you actually know what's happening behind the scenes, you don't know what the hell is really. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.
So you really can't.
Right. Because look at it this way. Look at it this way. Let's say, for example, right? Let's say, for example, let's use me, for example. Let's say I never told anybody that I was in an open relationship, right? Let's say I never told anybody I was in an open relationship, but I was still coaching. And let's say NBC or fucking ABC or Netflix or whoever comes up to me and say, hey, Mr. Lucario, we want to give you a talk show about relationships. We're going to pay you $8 million a year to do this talk show, right? And so we have a meeting, and then they say, well, do you have a wife? And I'm like, yeah, we're in an open relationship. But hold on. You know what? Yeah, I'm in an open relationship. Okay, listen. That's cool and all, but don't say nothing about your open relationship in public, right? So I'm going to be like, what? Well, we can't do that. Now, we're going to pay you $8 million. Now, if a person says to me, hey, Ms. Lucario, are you and your wife in an open relationship? I heard some, rumors. I heard somebody saw you walking down the street with another woman. Oh, no. That was my cousin. I wasn't dating that. That was just my cousin.
No,
you see what I'm saying? That's what's happening. You see what I mean?
Well, what I'm asking though is like, why do you think someone like Steve says like, don't be like Will Smith?
And what is it? Don't be like him, and how? In what way?
Like, because he placates. He's a people pleaser. He's not someone, like guys. There are too many guys out there these days that are turning into him. Right. Well, that's the thing. He is probably placating because that's what he has to do. So if Steve is saying don't be like him, he's saying in the context of you as an everyday average guy, don't be like that type of guy. You understand what I'm saying? But Will Smith is being that type of guy for the bag. This is what I'm saying. Just like you have people, who are politicians or who, talk about certain topics because they're trying to present a certain image. And so what happens is they're trying to present a certain image for the bag. You understand what I'm saying? I see.
Right. So it's not. So that's what I'm saying. Where you have to understand why a person is doing what. Because, for example, if you knew that I was in an open relationship, let's say I knew you personally, and let's say I would use the example of me getting the talk show. You may see me denying being in an open relationship. You're gonna be like, wait a second, I know Mr. Lucario, he's in an open relationship. Why is he placating because I'm trying to get the bag? You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You see what I mean? And that's what people don't understand is that they're looking at it from a surface level, thinking that what they're seeing or what they're hearing is actually what's going on behind the scenes or actually how they feel or actually how they do shit. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that we don't know, and what they're presenting is a certain narrative for the public because that's what they want you to see. You see what I'm saying? To keep shit going. That's what you got to understand. See, me, I don't give a fuck because I'm like, I'm not working for none of these motherfuckers. I make my own money. I'm doing what I'm doing as far as that. And I just say, hey, I'm in an open relationship. This is what I'm about. This is what I like to do. And that's who I am. But trust and believe, right? if I let's say was into some other shit, I don't know. Let's say I was into fucking, I don't know, 18-year-old Japanese girls in the ass and coming on their face. I don't know. I'm just using an example. Let's say I specifically was into that type of shit or whatever, or into whatever it is. If no one knew that, right? If no one knew that, and let's say my image, right, was directly of not doing that was directly correlated to me making money, right? And somebody was like, "Hey, Ms. Locario, I heard that you were fucking these, young 18-year-olds in the ass and coming in their face with your stinky dick," right? I'm be like, no, or I don't, I'll have to come with a whole fucking thing to keep shit intact. That's what I'm saying, where it's a difference between the public image and the image that they're trying to, the image that's actually in, or the public image and what they're actually doing behind the scenes. That's what I'm saying. You see what I mean?
I see. So yeah, you're saying, that I think, because I know you and Steve, of course, have been always trying to, preach to us, to always be authentic.
Right.
And in general, men should be, especially men, towards women. But you're saying that there may be, it's just that sometimes or some cases, you may have to create a fake narrative or kind of lie, like what.
Well, the thing is, you don't know that's the thing. No, that's the thing. You don't have to do that. But what I'm saying is that's why I'm trying to explain to you why they're doing that. You see what I mean? Because because Will Smith and Jada could come out and be like, "Fuck all y'all niggas, all y'all can suck my dick," and this is what they could have said that, but they didn't want. They chose not to go down that route, and they chose not to go down that route because they have a certain image that they're trying to uphold, which is directly correlated to their business and them making money and them continuing to do what they do. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm saying, where the mass of public doesn't understand that. You understand what I'm saying? They don't understand that shit. You see what I mean? They're looking at it as just, they're taking everything at face value, right? They're like, oh, well, they said that they broke up and was on a break. Yeah, they said that because that's how they want to portray it to you, so that you will be able to accept that explanation for what has been already put out there. Because none of this red table talk shit would have happened between her and Will if August Alsina would have kept his mouth shut. If he would have kept his mouth shut, it would have just been business as usual. You see what I'm saying? But because he said something, they had to do damage control. You understand what I'm saying? And so with that damage control, they're going to put out a certain image. And that certain image they put out isn't necessarily the real image who they really are behind the scenes. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You see what I mean?
Yeah, so at the same time, understand there's an image going on, but at the same time, don't try to be like that. Don't try to create images like they are.
Well, the thing is, the problem is that don't try to don't take what's happening specifically with them at face value. That's what I'm saying. Where dudes is like, oh, well, Will is this way and Jada is that way. I'm like, you're taking what's happening at face value, but you're not looking deeper. You understand? You're not looking at the other side of the spectrum. You're not looking at it from all angles. And so you have to understand, remember, they're actors. You understand what I'm saying? Remember, they're in the entertainment industry. They're in the media, right? So understand that a lot of this stuff, there's parts of that are orchestrated, again, to push a certain narrative. Just like even with reality shows. I've been on a few reality shows. It's the same concept. Right. The reality show is looked at as reality, but it's orchestrated in a way to push a certain narrative. It doesn't necessarily mean what you're seeing or what you're hearing is the real thing that's happening. So this Red Table Talk is, in a sense, a reality type of show situation where they're going to dictate what you see and what you're getting fed, so that they can put a certain narrative out there, so that they want this to be the storyline of what's going on. Because they probably weren't, they didn't know that August Alsina was going to do this. So because he did it, they're like, shit, now we got to get our PR people, our fucking, all the people that we work with. We're going to sit around the table, figure out, okay, what are we going to do? How are we going to come at this? How are we going to, talk about this. What's going to be what's going to be the narrative so that we don't come off looking phony, right? But we still are keeping the brand intact. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because they're still going to address it in a very real or natural sort of way, right? You know what I'm saying? They're going to do that. So they're going to address it, which is why she addressed and said, hey, we had a relationship. She wasn't even trying to, she said we had an entanglement, and Will Smith like, I had a relationship. And who knows even if that little back and forth was orchestrated, because they could have orchestrated that to make it seem as if, we being super real about this shit. You understand? So that's what I'm saying, where you got to take a lot of that shit that they put in the public with a grain of salt and understand that there's other underlying things happening behind the scenes that we don't know about. So what I'm saying is that you can't necessarily judge based off of what they're presenting. You can really only judge based off of what is actually happening, which 99.999% of us don't know. You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. You see what I mean?
Yeah, because you don't know like how much of it is fake.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, if you do understand it, think about it, you probably realize that like almost all of it is fake.
Mm-hmm. And not necessarily like what happened was fake, but what the fakeness could come in with how it's being presented. It's just like when I talk about dudes always talking about receipts and all this other shit, right? And I had a whole video talking about how stupid receipts are, because again, I could come on the camera and bring some chick and have her sit next to me and be like, yo, look at this bad chick I'm dealing with. And act like that's my girlfriend or wife or some girl I'm fucking. And people will believe it because they're like, whoa, Mr. Locario, he got girls. Look how much girls he be having on his show. Do you know who this girl is? This could be a chick I hired. It could be my cousin. It could be my sister. Nobody knows. You feel what I'm saying? But I could be presenting a certain narrative. You see what I mean? And this is what you guys have to understand, is that you can't take all of the shit that you're seeing in the media and all of that at face value. You see what I'm saying? And this is why you got to dig deeper and also read between the lines. Because like I said earlier, is that the truth still comes out in that. It's just like when an actor is acting and taking on a character. Even when the actor takes on a character, they're still part of that actual person's essence that's in that role. So when Will Smith is doing a character, or Samuel Jackson or Brad Pitt is doing a character, they're still part of Brad Pitt. They're still part of Will Smith. They're still part of Samuel Jackson in that. So with this whole thing they're still part of the truth in what they're portraying. You understand what I'm saying? Which is why when they're talking about it, if you're listening closely, you hear the different fucking things that they say, right? That show you, like, for example, shout out to Alan Roger Curry. He pointed this out where he said, even if you watch the Red Table Talk, there was a part where she says, oh, well, Will doesn't, you can't give me permission because, only I can give permission to whoever I want to sleep with. So he was saying that right there already is an indicator that they have an open relationship, because she's saying, look, I can go and fuck whoever I want to fuck. You understand what I'm saying? She didn't blatantly say it, but you understand that through what they're saying. You're seeing what's under what they're actually saying. You see what I'm saying? And that's where when people critically think and are actively listening and not just taking shit at face value. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, at the same time, it really is. It's a burden for them to take on, to put on all this whole, lights and cameras and the whole act. It's just
right.
I mean, it definitely is. Someone who's gay, but it's gonna be hard for that person. Mm-hmm. Or a lot of times, it's hard for gay people to come out as gay.
Right. Mm-hmm. Facts. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. There's all those different things that make it hard for a person to really just be like, look, this is what I'm about. Because once they do that, once they say that, once they put that out there, once it's out there, once it's a thing, then that is, a thing that could cause repercussions. So remember, all of this stuff as far as image, celebrity, the media is concerned, it's all about putting out a certain narrative. Even when you watch the news the news is still trying to tell stories in a certain narrative to present things in a certain way. So people have to be very conscious of that when they're watching certain things or when they're viewing certain things and they're doing certain things. But a lot of people, because they're not conscious of that, they think that, oh, well, this has been said or that has been said, and they just take it at face value and think that's the end all be all. You see what I'm saying? Because exactly, even True Blad in the chat, he said it's all business. He said August wanted to promote his album by creating controversy, but fucked up Will and Jada's business model in return. Exactly. The guy August Alsina, when he came out with it, that was business. His album was coming out. He's like, I need some fucking promotion. And when everybody was talking about this motherfucker, nobody was talking about him, you know, before he was talking about this shit. Right, but as soon as his album come out, he's like, "Yeah, this happened, that happened." That gives him more publicity. Now Jada and Will have to do damage control based off of him trying to get publicity off the shit. You see what I'm saying? He could have kept his mouth shut. He didn't have to fucking, go out there and say all that extra shit. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man. You feel me?
Yeah. So all in all, it's understand what's going on, but at the same time, like Steve, saying like, don't try to, put on an act because, it's just that, that's in itself going to, be a major cost.
Yeah, because the thing is, at the end of the day, you being you, right? You want to be authentic. You want to be you. You want to be real, right? But the reason why you can't necessarily compare yourself to a Will Smith or any of these celebrities is because, remember, their lives are on display. You understand what I'm saying? So since their lives are on display, they're already compromised in a certain way. So they're not able to just, like, for example, you think Barack Obama even now could just come on video and tell people what he really think about shit? You understand what I'm saying? He can't do that. He can't do that shit because based off of his image, right? He has a certain image, and that image is the thing that creates that sort of thing around him, which gets him more money, which creates more business deals, which makes things pop off for him. You see what I'm saying? This is why artists and people usually have managers, because the managers are orchestrating these different situations, or publicists that they have orchestrating these different situations, making sure that the public sees this person as this way. They put out a certain narrative. All of that shit's going on. You see what I mean?
Right.
So that's what that is, bro. But I appreciate the call, my brother. All right, I'm gonna holler at you, man.
All right.
All right, be safe. Peace. But yeah, that's what it is, man. That's what it is, man. So Achilles said Will seems authentic. Yeah, Will Smith does, and I think that's why he feels so frustrated about it, because he probably wants to be even more authentic, but he's like, shit, I can't tell these motherfuckers too much. I can't go, you know what I'm saying? I can't really go too hard on these motherfuckers. You understand? So you gotta understand that. See, a lot of times, even when you see people go hard, part of that is their brand. You understand what I'm saying? This is why somebody like Dave Chappelle can talk the shit he talks, because part of Dave Chappelle's appeal and brand is he keeps that shit funky. You understand what I'm saying? Which is why it's easier and palatable for him to say certain things and do certain things. You understand? That's what that shit is. You see what I mean? But yeah, man. I'm gonna call the number, people, 646-481-3901. That is the call-in number. You feel what I'm saying? Let me shout out to I think somebody sent me something in Cash App. Shout out to, hold on, let me see. Shout out to my dude Thornton with the $10 donation. Appreciate you, fam. Make sure you guys hit up that Cash App and the PayPal at the top. Yo, turn on your computer. What's going on?
What's up, Mr. Lucario?
What's going on?
Bad boy of the dating game, yo. So, if have you been in an open relationship, right?
What's the question? What happened?
You've been in an open relationship with your wife and stuff.
Yeah.
How long has this been?
How long was what?
How long have you been in an open relationship?
What, 15 years now? Something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you must be over like 35 years old. You look like you're like 27 or something.
Nah, I'm 39.
Damn.
Right? So what's your question though?
So wait, like, does it ever get weird? Like, just the fact that, okay, she's like having other people, do you ever get affected by it?
Now we get affected by what?
Like, does it ever like get to you or like hurt you, or I don't know, do you ever feel something like, do you ever regret the decision to go open?
No, never. I regret actually being monogamous ever. That's what I regret. You know what I'm saying?
Really?
Yeah, I was monogamous with my ex-girlfriend, and I wish I wasn't monogamous with her. I wish I was open since I started fucking with women. You understand what I'm saying?
So why do you get in a relationship then? This is me being curious. Why do you get in a relationship?
Why do you get into a relationship? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Let me ask you.
Might as well just date different women, right?
Let me ask you a question. What happens when you're in a relationship? Like describe to me what people do in a relationship.
You have sex and go do stuff.
Okay. So now, if you go do stuff in the relationship, then you just answered your question because we do stuff. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you can do stuff with girls you're dating.
You said you can do stuff with girls you're dating?
Yeah, girls you're like just having sex with, you can do stuff with them.
Okay, so then what's the difference? So aren't the girls you're dating having sex with other men?
So this is my whole point. My whole point is if you just want to date several women, why do you get in a relationship with one of them? If you can do you can do the same stuff with all of them. So why do you just to get in a relationship with one?
Because you don't do the same stuff with all of them. That's why. You understand what I'm saying? When you're in a relationship when you're in a long-term committed relationship with a woman, right? Or even if you're in a monogamous relationship with a woman, right?
Yes.
You're not doing the same things, or you're not necessarily, or what I'm saying is that the same things that you're doing or the level of commitment you have isn't the same as if you're just randomly dating some girl. So for example, and I use this, I always use this business example so that you guys can understand. If you were working at a company, right? And you were working in the mailroom, right? Yeah. Now you're working in the mailroom, and now the person says, you've been working there for like a couple of years, and then the person says, okay, we're going to move you up to manager, right? And now that you're manager, they got a manager office, and the manager has some other privileges and all that other shit. So you're like, cool, now I'm the manager and all that other stuff, right? Now, let's say they said to you, hey, listen, we're gonna keep you as the manager, but we're gonna take away your office and we're gonna put you back in the mailroom. But not only we're gonna put you back in the mailroom, we're gonna put you way in the back in that back office with no fan. But you're still the manager though, right? How would you feel about that?
Not good, but I don't really understand how this relates.
No, I'm gonna show you how it's gonna relate. So what I'm saying is that when you are in a relationship with a woman, right? A woman's cooperation level and what she's willing to give you and do for you and interact with you in a certain way depends on the level that you put her on. So what I'm saying, you're saying, why don't you just date a girl? Yeah, you could just date a girl, but guess what's going to happen when you date a girl? You're only limited to a certain level of cooperation. So what I'm saying is the same way you're working in the mailroom, right? You're only going to give me more cooperation when I make you the manager. So what I'm saying is I can't tell you, hey, you're the manager, and then put you in the mailroom. So meaning I can't just fuck with you on some dating shit and then expect girlfriend cooperation or wife cooperation. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's why you upgrade the woman. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I kind of see what you're saying. But okay, that could apply to like regular guys like me. But as the bad boy of the dating game, I would expect that would not apply to you. That you would have the skills and the rest of it to like maneuver your way and like make.
Wait, I would have the skills to do what?
You want.
You said I have the skills to do what?
You would know how to like get the results you want. Know how to like. I think you are way more advanced than women and the way they behave and all that. So I would think you would have a more advanced technique to get out what you want out of a woman without changing your own principles or.
No, but that's what I'm saying. You're not. No. You're not changing. No. You're not. No. You're not changing any principles. Let me ask you a question. Can you get a 6-pack, a rock hard body by sitting on the couch every day?
No.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to work out, eat right, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you have to give a certain type of energy to get back a certain result, correct?
Right.
It's the same thing with dealing with women. You guys think that there's some trick or technique that you can do to make a girl do something for you or get a girl to do something for you without you giving her anything back. It don't work that way. You understand what I'm saying? It's a give and take. That's how relationships work. You cannot get a certain level of cooperation or a certain level of interaction with a woman without you giving something. You understand? The same way she can't get a level of cooperation or a level of intimacy or whatever without her giving something. You understand what I'm saying?
I kind of figure out what you're saying now. Yeah.
Right.
That's a good question. So like, does your like wife help you out with your business and the rest of like your dating and the rest of it? Like, is she pretty involved in like?
Yeah.
Are you guys together?
Yeah, definitely.
Wait, is your wife April MC?
No, that's not my wife.
Oh. So has your wife ever been on any of your videos or anything?
I don't know. Maybe she has. Obviously, I'm doing my Will Smith shit right now. Maybe she did. Maybe she didn't. I don't know.
Oh, so your wife is basically your secret, I guess.
You said, well, my wife is what?
She's you're not like putting her in like public life.
Yeah. I'm not playing. I don't put her out in the public eye like that.
I see.
Right.
So she's okay.
I'm on my Will and Jada shit with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Abby Jackson said the caller is too nosy. I love these questions. Trust me, I love it.
You a lot.
I love it.
Like I just recently got on your like channel, so I'm like trying to learn more and stuff. So like, I'm just trying to like know.
No, and this is what I'm trying to explain to guys. See, a lot of guys, like I said earlier, a lot of guys got a heart in their dick. That's the problem. You see what I'm saying?
What?
I said a lot of dudes have their heart in their dick. What I mean is, this is why dudes can't understand, the complexities of relationships. This is why guys are so concerned with sex. When it comes to women, you understand, and which is why guys also are so concerned with sex and their ego. Because dudes ask me this question all the time. They're like, "Yo, how do you in a relationship, and how do you deal with your girl dating other guys?" Or like it's baffling to them.
I don't think that could have to do with that, honestly.
No, I agree. Most dudes can't handle it. No, most dudes can't handle that shit. Because that's what I'm saying. And that's what I said, because most dudes have their heart in their dick, they can't handle that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because what happens is most guys, see, I said this on the show yesterday. Most guys out here, and this is not, I'm not saying this about you, but what I'm saying is most guys are beta males. In order for a beta male to have any chance with women, that means that there needs to be women available to him. If I'm fucking all the girls, that's me taking women away from you, or the beta male. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that a guy.
I'm a beta male. I know that. You can like direct your words.
So what I'm saying is that most guys who get a lot of pussy and get a lot of sex,
like
usually have a different perspective on fucking. You understand what I'm saying? Like sex is nothing to me. You understand what I'm saying? It's nothing to me. No, you see what I mean? So what happens is sex to me is like shaking hands. You understand? It's an activity. You see what I mean? So what I'm saying is that if I'm in a relationship with a woman, I have other things that I require that I view as even more of that somewhat holds more importance than sex. You understand what I'm saying? You see what I mean? So what I'm saying is that when guys are so concerned with sex, a lot of times what happens is that, and this is not to their fault or whatever. But what it is to a certain extent at the beginning, what it is that a lot of guys have not gotten to the level where they've required more from women than sex, and they haven't gotten to that level because they're not having enough sex, and they're not having enough sex because their game is weak. You see what I'm saying? So when they do actually get a girl that looks like they want to have sex with them, like they're like, oh my God, I finally got a girl who wants to fuck me, right?
That's me.
The thought of that woman fucking another guy is fucking scary, because it's like, oh, this girl may leave me for him. You understand what I'm saying?
I don't think I'm scared though. I don't think I'll be scared. Like when I find a girl, I know she's like down to be with me. But like I don't think it has to do with being afraid. I don't know. Like I don't get in relationships where it's like, oh, a girl's just with me because of money or that. Like usually when I'm dating a girl, because she does do like. But I don't think it's because I'm scared. I just the fact that if you really like someone, how can you like bear to have that person with someone else? It doesn't have to do with them leaving or anything like. So when you really are invested in someone, you want to like be with them and be with them fully and like.
Yeah, you can. So if you're dealing with somebody, you can still be with them. How are you not being with them? Like for example, if you have a girl that you're dealing with, don't she got to go to work sometimes?
Yeah.
Right. So she's not with you when she's at work, but when she after work, she comes see you. Correct?
Don't be technical now. You know, there's a difference between going to work and going to go see some other guy. And
what's the difference? What's the difference?
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Part of the reason why you go into a relationship is to have a companion, right?
Uh-huh.
To have some you're emotionally invested in, and vice versa.
Okay.
Right? So if you guys are just gonna be seeing other people, what's the point in being in a relationship? Like,
but so then why should she hold on? Why should she go to work? She's seeing other people at work. She got work friends, right? She's talking to people at work. Why she shouldn't go to work? Right?
I don't think that's a logical argument.
How is it not logical? Tell me.
Work doesn't have anything to do with dating. It's two different things. Work is not an emotional investment. It's something you do for financial reasons.
No. But my point is, you're saying no. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying what you said. You said that you want somebody to be there with you, correct?
Emotionally.
Right. Now, what I'm saying is, if a woman a woman can't be there with you emotionally just because she fucked somebody else?
Not 100%, no.
How you figure?
Not 100%. Like I can't be with someone else 100% if I'm going to have a sexual. Like there's a lot of attractive people out there. You can easily fall for someone else. Like it's not like. So wait.
So basically, hold on. Wait. So basically, stop for a second. So basically, what you're saying is that if you're with somebody, you're saying that if another attractive person comes along, that's temptation.
Right. That's temptation.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay. So then
you can't tell me the whole time you've been dating your wife. Mm-hmm. You said it yourself. You have a girlfriend. You had a girl you're dating, and you want her to become like your girlfriend because you like were like liking her a lot more. Like it's like people say to themselves, "Oh, it's just gonna be sex," and then it's very easy to fall like for other people. Like, it's not just a one street. Like, oh, I'm so principled, it's gonna go have sex with these people, and that's gonna be it. It's a lot more complicated than that. So I don't think you can give someone your 100% if you're on the side going to get involved with other people.
But what is it? So. Well, what does it mean to give someone 100%?
Come on, bro, parallel driving.
No, I'm asking. No, this is why I'm asking you these questions. I'm asking you these questions so that I want to see where you're at with what you're actually saying. Because see, this is the thing. People say things, but they don't think about sometimes why they're saying things and what that means. So I'm asking you, what does that mean to give someone your 100%? Because what I'm saying is, if your answer, right, means that I can fit your answer into a situation where your girl is still fucking somebody, then that means that what you're saying doesn't really relate, or that's not really anything that would change, and then that would mean that it's about something else. That's what I'm saying. So, what is 100% to you? What does that mean to give yourself to 100% to someone?
That means being emotionally invested, having all your feelings focused, having your attention, having your resource, putting your resources, like trying to build something together. That's what 100% means.
Okay, so wait, you said being there emotionally, right?
Correct.
You said putting your resources and all that together, right?
Right.
Okay. What else you said? I think you said one more thing.
Sorry?
You said one more thing, right? It was being you said emotionally invested, putting your resources together, and what else?
I don't know. Like, just, I don't think you can be 100% in love with someone.
Right. Wait. But hold on. Wait. Let's start. Wait. Let me start with just those two. You said being emotionally invested in putting your resources together. Okay. Fine. Now let's say you go to a party, right? With your girl who you're emotionally invested in, and you have resources together. Now let's say she goes to the bathroom and a guy fucks her in the bathroom for 2 minutes and she comes back out. Don't you guys still have an emotional investment, and don't you guys still have resources together?
No, we wouldn't, because that would be done.
No. I'm saying no. I'm saying you're still the emotional still is still.
Okay, can I say something, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I say something? Mm-hmm. If that happens, there'll be two scenarios. Number one, she'd be hiding it from me and hoping I never get to find out. Or number two, she would not be hiding it, and then she would be like, "Oh, I did this." And then if she was lying to me, that's breaking trust.
No, I'm talking. No. This is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the aftermath. I'm talking about what happens literally in the moment. What I'm saying is, if you're at a party with a woman who loves you, right? Who loves you, and y'all have resources together, right? If she goes into the bathroom and some guy fucks her for 2 minutes and she comes out the bathroom, right? Don't you still have an emotional investment, and don't you still have resources together?
No, I don't. If I find out about it,
no, I'm not. You didn't even find out about it. She didn't. She gonna tell you tonight. What I'm saying is, she walks out the bathroom. Y'all still chilling at the party. And if I came into that party and I said, "Hey, is that your girl? Do you have an emotional investment and y'all financially all that other stuff?" You'd be like, "Yes," right? So your girl literally.
You're making my point for me. No girl who is emotionally invested in you 100% is going to be interested in seeing anyone else. So if
oh my God, no! This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm talking about.
Invested in someone and seeing someone else.
This is what I'm talking about. Why do you think that if a woman's emotionally invested in you, that means she won't want to fuck another guy?
Because that's the definition of 100%.
No, well, what I'm saying is no. This is what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to explain to you is that a woman could love you to death and still fuck another guy.
Not 100%. No, a woman can't. I have dated girls where I have been like, I'm literally not even interested in seeing that. Like, I don't give a shit how hot she is. I don't think anyone can be 100%. I know, I'm talking from experience. I don't think anyone can be 100% invested in you, and at the same time, even give a shit about anyone else. I don't think so.
So you think that if a person is 100% invested in you, they will not want to have sex with anyone else. That's what you're saying.
Correct.
And why do you
think open relationships are a result of interest dwindling down, maybe sex life? So, I don't know. That's just my opinion.
No, and this is the thing. What I want you to understand is this. is that a person can love you. See, love and sex, right? You can have sex with someone you're not in love with. You understand what I'm saying? So love isn't always equated with the physical act of sex. So this is what I'm saying, where a woman could be 100% emotionally invested in you and still want to have sex with someone else. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. So think because you're equating that if a woman has sex outside of you, that means that she's not 100% invested in you. That's what you're thinking, but that's incorrect, because what you believe is that the actual sex is directly and 100% correlated to her love for you. That's why this is what you're thinking, which is not true.
I think it is.
I mean, I'm just telling you, I'm just letting you know it's not. I'm just telling you it's not true. I'm telling you it is not true. It's you gotta understand something. A woman's let's say for example, you have a girl who loves you, she's 100% interested in you, and she's never cheated on you, right? She's never cheated on you, right?
Yeah.
Let's say she watches did you see that movie that came out called 365 DNI, and it's on Netflix?
I did watch that.
Right.
I didn't watch it, but I saw your post.
Right, you know about it, right.
Right.
Now, let's say, for example, your girl is watching that movie, right? And her pussy gets wet. Does that mean she's not 100% invested in you?
That's not cheating.
Huh?
That would not be cheating.
No. What I said is, if she gets wet off of watching that movie, does that mean she's not 100% invested in you?
The fact that someone is, first of all, I'm going to answer your question. No, it doesn't. The fact that someone finds something exciting or someone attractive doesn't mean they're not emotionally invested.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
Can you just give me 1 second? But the fact that they're emotionally invested in you is going to make them think about the repercussions. Mm-hmm. How much it's going to hurt you.
No, I agree. I totally agree.
And hinder them from acting on their impulse.
Notice what I'm saying. I totally agree with that part where you said if a person's invested in you, they will think twice. They'll be like, damn. But the fact is, think about this. Why do they need to think about it though? You understand what I'm saying?
What do you mean?
What I mean is, okay, if a gay dude came up to me and said, "Hey, Mr. Lucario, you want to fuck?" Hell no, I ain't gotta even think about that. Why?
Because you're not attracted.
Okay, right. So what I'm saying is that the fact that your woman would have to debate with herself whether or not to fuck another guy means that part of her wants to fuck another guy. That's what I'm saying.
It means she has natural instinct. Yes, part of her wants. Of course, that's natural instinct.
That's what I'm saying. So if it's natural instincts, what are you saying about if a person's 100% invested in you that they will never want to fuck nobody else? She wants to fuck somebody else. She's thinking about it.
Like they would not want to. Like they wouldn't be like, "Oh, I'm dying. I want." No, because they're the fact that they are really, really invested and trying to make things work and trying to build something together and be together. That alone, I believe, is enough for a woman or a guy to not even consider or even ponder.
No, but my point is the fact that they're even considering it. You understand what I'm saying? What I'm saying is the fact that they're even thinking about it.
That's natural. Like I walk out here right now. I see an attractive girl.
And that's my point. That's what I was saying before. You said, because I'm talking about what you said. Yeah. You said.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm saying you said that if a person is 100% interested in you or invested in you, they would not end up having sex with anyone. Correct?
Correct. I stand by that any day.
Right. So now what I'm saying to you is that the fact that a person is even thinking about it shows that it's not it's natural within them to do that. Now, what I want you to understand is is that, and this is the problem with most relationships, and this is why most people get hurt and they get fucked up in relationships. Understand that whenever a person does anything involving a relationship, it has absolutely 100% nothing to do with you. You understand that? So what I'm trying to tell you is this. You're saying if this girl 100% loved me, she would not fuck that guy, right? Now, what's going to go on in her head is she's going to say, you know what? I want to fuck this guy, but I don't want to mess this relationship I have with this guy I'm with now. But guess what? That don't have nothing to do with the guy she's with. All she's saying is it's more beneficial for me to stay with this guy and not fuck that guy. Now, in the event that it is more beneficial for her to fuck that guy than stay with you, she will fuck that guy. You understand what I'm saying? It has nothing to do with you. So this is what I'm saying, where when you're thinking that because, if the person has 100% with me and all that other stuff, that doesn't mean anything, because what they're doing is based off of what they want to do for themselves 100%. You understand what I'm saying?
Correct.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
Being emotionally invested in me doesn't have, like, I'm not the one, like, if I say a girl is emotionally invested in me, that's her prerogative.
Right.
Obviously, my actions have influenced her, for probably the way I dress, the way I look, my career path or something like that. But it is her prerogative 100%. So the same way it's her prerogative to act on it or not. So we're saying the same thing here.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, but you're saying it as if she is 100% into you, that it's about you. What I'm saying is not about you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that it's about her and how she feels. Correct. Same thing with you. If you're in a situation and you saw a girl and you had a girlfriend, you're like, fuck, man, this girl's so bad, and she throwing it at me, and you're going to be debating whether or not to fuck this girl. But that's going to be, you're not, because look, most people, when they cheat, right? They're not sitting there like a fucking movie villain, like, ha ha ha, I'm about to cheat on my girl, ha ha ha. No, they're like, shit, I don't want to do it, but my body and the energy, I want to fuck her. You understand what I'm saying? Or she's like, damn, I want to fuck this guy. You understand? They're fighting that shit. There's a fight going on. You understand? And so, but what I'm saying is that fight isn't about their partner. It's not about that. You understand what I'm saying? It's about them fighting with what's going to be the aftermath of this, and is that going to be beneficial for me? They're not thinking about and hurting you is secondary. That's what you have to understand. Or you feeling hurt is secondary. They may think that's the first thing. It's always secondary.
I don't think it's secondary per se. I think it's part of the thought process. I think it's part of it.
No, I'm telling you it's secondary. I'm telling it's not. It's the illusion that that's the part. No, that's secondary. It's always them first.
It depends on how invested she is in you. If she's 100%, it's going to be part of it. If it's not close to 100%, then yeah, it's going to be secondary, and that's why she's going to probably be like, oh no, I don't care. I'm going to do it.
Bro, I'm telling you, man. I'm hoping, I'm praying. I suggest that. Are you on the Bad Boy membership?
No, not actually.
Bruh, you got to get on the Bad Boy membership yesterday, my dude. I'm serious. Like, you got to get on this membership yesterday. Now, again, I don't want you to get me confused. Ain't nothing wrong with you, because you sound like maybe you're the type of guy who wants, correct me if I'm wrong, you want like a girlfriend at some point in a monogamous relationship, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I totally go for it.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So you can have that. But what I'm saying to you is don't be naive going into it and going into these situations. You understand what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying to you right there is don't be naive in going into these situations. Just understand and be aware of what this is, because you have to understand something. I said this plenty of times. All relationships are going to come to an end. All of them. Every last relationship.
When people die or like breakups?
Yes. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that most people go into relationships or step into it in a fear-based mentality. They're like, oh, well, you know, I'm scared that this might happen. I'm scared that might happen. I got to watch my back for this. Like, you don't want to be thinking like that. What you want to be thinking is, I want to enjoy the moments I'm here. So you're completely engaged and enjoying what you're doing. So you could date a girl, have fun with her. You're having a good time. Y'all been dating for a while. You'd be like, yo, this girl's on point. She likes you. Y'all been seeing each other for a long time. She says, hey, I want to be your girl. You're like, cool, let's be together, right? But the whole fucking time, in the back of your head, you still understand what goes on, because this is what will happen. Let's say that girl cheats on you or she breaks up with you, and you actually love this woman, right?
Okay.
What's going to happen to you is that the more aware you are that can occur, or that would happen, or those things, you know, will take place, and the more that you look at it as a reality and more realistic, you know, if it happens or when it happens, right, you're going to be better equipped to handle that on an emotional level. This is what I'm trying to explain to you. But if you're not,
are you saying women are prone to seeing other guys and cheating?
No, I'm saying that. What I'm saying is this. I'm saying that you don't want to have the mindset of thinking that if she really loved me, she would never do this or never do that. Because what's going to happen is you're going to keep chasing that sort of phantom. Meaning, if the girl cheats or she does something crazy, or, you know, she start acting in front of your relationship, you're gonna be extremely frustrated and upset because you've invested so much time thinking that, you know, you were building up to such a stronger foundation. So you're gonna be like, how in the fuck could this girl do this or say this or act this way when we've been together for so long? I've done all this shit, yada yada yada, right? But if you're aware already, you feel what I'm saying? If you're aware already that shit can go down, if it does go down, I'm not saying that it's, you know, it has to go down or it will go down, because, you know, it could be, y'all could be together until you die, and she was just on point. What I'm saying is that if that goes down, right, you want to be mentally prepared already. So it's not something you got to be thinking about all the time or be fearful or whatever, but you're just mentally prepared so that when it does go down, you've already conditioned yourself emotionally to deal with it. Because what you have to understand is that if you're not emotionally and mentally prepared to deal with that, the emotions and the feelings that you're going to be experiencing through that is going to be extremely traumatic. You understand? And so, right. And so in order to, because look, it's gonna still probably hurt either way. But what I'm saying is that the fall or the feeling is going to be less harsh because you've already emotionally and mentally prepared yourself for that. You understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that you don't want to go into the relationship with rose-colored glasses and then be like, oh shit, you just got blindsided. You're like, what the fuck? Because that shit could be extremely traumatic. I'm saying go into the relationship, enjoy the moments, be fully engaged, but also understand that, you know, it's a thing that can come to the end or to that point. Because, for example, women, for example, are very good at doing this, especially when they're about to leave a man. Most women don't leave their men until they have something set up. You understand? So what they're doing is that they already withdraw emotionally sometimes, and they're setting up a new guy. And so the whole time they were setting up a new guy, they're mentally preparing for what they have to deal with when they break up with you. You understand what I'm saying? Which is why it seems like when a chick breaks up with a guy, it's like, what the fuck? Like, she seems like whatever. But because she was mentally preparing for that for a while. You feel what I'm saying? Whereas a lot of men, because we put so much time, energy, and investment into the woman, we look at relationships like, because I put so much time and energy into her, that means that it's getting better and better and stronger, which is not necessarily the case all the time. So what happens is something could flip. It could flip, and then she could be on some other shit, and you're going to be like, what the fuck? And that's going to get you into such an emotional turmoil that you're not going to be able to fucking handle and deal with that shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, because and the reason why I'm telling you this is because based off of the way that you're talking, you sound like the type of guy that will, be extremely crushed. You understand what I'm saying? If this shit was to happen.
Bill, this is what I'm talking about. This is like, I have had what you talked about right now when a girl just like all of a sudden out of nowhere just like, they're like, oh yeah, we're done. that has happened to me. And I didn't even give a shit because I wasn't 100% invested in it. So that's my point.
Right, but that's what I'm saying.
He wasn't either.
That's what I'm saying. But if you are 100% invested, how are you going to feel?
That's what I'm saying. If she was 100% invested, she was not. No one who have ever dated that was 100% invested has ever just like, oh, out of the blues, we're done. That doesn't happen in girls who are very interested in like actually trying to make things work and trying to do stuff and like are always there showing support. And
bro, that's what I'm saying. You're living in a fantasy world, bro, because you keep thinking. See, you keep correlating the 100% investment into, that equating to, oh, well, if she loves me and she this and that, she would never. See, you're thinking that the chick will never do this because she's 100% invested. This is what I'm saying. And let's go with that logic. Even if a chick, quote unquote, is 100% invested right now at this moment, that does not mean she's going to be, let's say 10 minutes from now, she might not be 100% invested. And then 20 minutes from that, she might be 100% invested. And then tomorrow she might be 85% invested. And then the next week she's 100. Then it can go all over the place. So the thing is that
how would it go all over the place?
Say that again.
Why would it go all over the place?
Because people are emotional. People change. Circumstances change. You see what I'm saying? Like, so what I'm saying is, you can't. I'm just
curious, what would be what examples of circumstances that you make?
Like, for example, let's say you with a girl or whatever, everything's cool and all that other shit, right? And let's say, for example, you lose your job, and for some reason that makes her scared and emotional, and now she's like finding comfort in some other dude just because of that. It's because she felt emotional about you losing your job. You understand what I'm saying?
It wasn't emotionally invested in the first place. 100%.
No, but that's what this is what I'm saying. You keep thinking
a girl can do that because you lost your job. Like, a job shouldn't be a primary reason for a woman to
see. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. You said the magic word, or I should say, you said the word that should not be said, and I just said it. You just said, well, she should, or this should happen. It's not about what should happen. It's about what does happen. So what I'm saying is, you could be with a woman who loves you, but because you lost your job, that brings her into an emotional roller coaster. You understand what I'm saying? Which can cause her to act certain ways, which can cause her to do certain things just based off of that situation. See, you're looking at like some set it and forget it relationship that doesn't work. No relationship works like that. A relationship is a constant maintenance. You understand? It's like going to the gym. You don't just go to the gym for 1 week and lift weights and think you're going to be fit forever. No, you have to constantly be on top of it. So what I'm saying is that there's really no such thing as just this 100% invested, because at any moment, at any situation, shit can change. She could run into some new dude at work. You understand what I'm saying? And now she's feeling a certain type of way about this motherfucker, and you're thinking that, oh, well, that means because your excuse is every time shit doesn't work is because she's not 100% invested. That's what you think.
That is fact.
Huh?
That is fact.
What's facts?
Any girl that just decides, oh, there's a new guy, let me hop on that. She was not 100% invested in the relationship from the get-go.
No, but this is what you're not getting, bro. This is what you're not getting. You're looking at the relationships and her feelings about the relationship, and you're equating the actions to her feelings, which is separate. in certain situations. This is what I'm trying to say. Her actions does not always need to dictate her feelings. You understand what I'm saying? That for example, if your mom was always cooking home cooked food and you just randomly went to McDonald's one day because you was hungry at the time, that don't mean that you don't like your mom's home cooking. You understand what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that you're not 100% into what your mom cooks. This is what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is that her actions doesn't always dictate that her investment is not there. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, so what I'm saying is that you keep thinking that because a woman is going to do this or do that, that means that she's not interested in you or she's not invested in you. What I'm saying is that there are the actions that she can take based off of certain circumstances. Like, for example, if somebody put a gun to your girl's head and said, hey, I want you to kiss this guy in the mouth, you think she's gonna be like, well, no, I'm 100% invested in my boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna do that.
Come on, that's an unusual circumstance. I was like, the whole point of being invested is considering how the other person will feel and considering what, like, it's sort of like a third conscience in a way. Like, I'm all this, I'm talking from experience. I'm talking about everything I'm talking about from experience. I know what it feels like to be 100% invested in someone. And I know what it felt like to have that reciprocated. So
you say you know how it feels like to be what?
To be 100% invested in a girl.
And have that reciprocated?
Correct.
So when did that happen for you?
I am in a relationship right now.
And how long y'all been in a relationship for?
I'm not gonna say the exact number because I don't know if she watches this, but
oh my God.
Maybe 17 months ish.
So y'all are. And is this the longest relationship you ever had?
Yeah.
Okay. And so you said like around 17 months. So that's probably what, like a year and change?
Correct.
Okay. And so, bro, your relationship's still new, my dude.
How so?
It's still new. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
How 17 months means?
It's only been a year and a half.
Well, I didn't say the exact date, but still, I don't think 17 months is new.
No, that's new. That's what I'm trying to say. That's a new relationship. What I'm saying to you is that how do you know that your girl hasn't messed with anybody else?
Because I do.
How?
I just do.
No, I'm saying, how do you literally know? Like, if you had to prove to me without a shadow of a doubt, how do you know your girl hasn't done anything? I'm not saying she did. I'm just saying, how do you know though?
There's no way to 100% prove that.
Okay.
It hasn't happened.
Okay.
But,
so now, what if? So what I'm saying is that, what if, right? Your girl. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Would you give me your girl's number so I could holler at her?
She's not even gonna. She will let me. But I'm sure I could. But I'm telling you facts. She wouldn't even.
No, I'm saying, what would you give it to me though?
If you started hitting on her, she would literally block you. Like This is
no, but I'm just saying. Why can't we let her do that? Like, because you said she's 100% invested, so it wouldn't be a difference if you gave me the number or not. Correct?
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Okay,
but
so
I don't know.
So I want you. I want you to DM me on Instagram with her number. Let her know I'm gonna call her.
Okay. And then I should let her know you're gonna call her.
Yes. Tell her I'm gonna call her.
The whole purpose?
No, it don't even matter. You can let her know. I'm just letting you know. I want you to know. Let her. I'm making it easy for you, but I'm just trying to say to you that if you are sure that she's 100%, you ain't got nothing to worry about.
Yes, I know. I don't have anything to worry about. That is correct. Like, nothing is going to happen even if you texted her, or not. Like, what would you be doing even if you texted her? What would you be trying to do? Like, you're probably in different states. I don't know.
Wait, where you guys from? Where y'all from?
I'm not going to give. Where are you from? I'm not gonna give the exact state. But
No, I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in Brooklyn.
You're New York. You're New York. Yeah.
Wait, y'all in New York too? Y'all in New York?
You are in New York. We're on the West Coast.
Oh, y'all on the West Coast. Okay. I'm listen. I'm telling you, if you are 100% sure that your girl is not going to do anything, I'm telling you, give me her number. That's what I'm saying.
What are you gonna do? That's my question.
Huh?
What would you do with her number?
Don't worry about it. You ain't got to worry about it, because if you're 100% sure she ain't gonna do nothing, you have nothing to worry about. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it was
No, I'm not listening. Listen, bro. I don't need to get your girl. I'm just trying to explain to you that you don't know.
Scared of you? You think I'm scared of you taking my girl?
Yes, I think you are. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's a joke. That's such a joke.
But that's what I'm saying. But if you wasn't, then you
have no chance. You have no chance.
Okay, so then let me get a number. Let me get a number then, and then we'll see.
No, I'm not even trying to shit on you, but in the issue we can, like, you have like there's no like no. I just think there's a point putting my private life out there, because numbers you can like I think that's going too far. I don't become like you, like an Instagram story or something.
What? No. I went. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. Listen. What I'm saying is that because I'm trying to. This is what I'm saying. I'm trying to go based off of what you're saying, bro. You said that you are 100% sure, and y'all are 100% into it. And if a girl is 100, but I'm going by your logic. So by your logic, you should have no problem.
Problem with what?
You should have no problem giving me your girl number and me trying to get with your girl if you are in her, if she's 100% into you, correct?
No, I don't have any problems giving you her number, but I'm concerned about this blowing up into something else. Not in terms of you like
blowing up into what else?
Okay.
You say you're concerned with blowing up into what?
I don't know, just an Instagram trend or something like that. I'm very private. I'm very like myself.
Okay. All right, bro. But yo, man, I'm just telling you, my dude. Don't you got to keep your eyes open, bro. Keep your eyes and ears open. That's all I'm telling you, fam. You know what I'm saying? I hope for your sake that. And let me ask you a question: is this a girl you can see yourself with for a long time?
You never know what's gonna happen.
All right, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I hope for your sake, if you really like this girl and she likes you and everything, I'm hoping for your sake everything turns out how you want it to turn out. You understand what I'm saying? But if it doesn't, I want you to remember this phone call. You understand what I'm saying? I want you to remember this, okay? Because I want you to remember and that I warned you. That's all I'm saying. Okay?
What's gonna happen? I'm just curious. What's gonna happen?
What happened?
What is gonna happen what's gonna happen that should make me remember this phone call?
No, I'm saying if she cheats, if she starts acting funny, if she starts playing you, if she starts disrespecting you, this is what I'm saying. Like, these are things
what do you mean by disrespect?
that occur. You know what I mean by disrespect?
What do you mean by disrespect?
Like, let's say she starts cursing you out. Let's say she starts calling you names. Let's say she starts, fucking, throwing shit at you or some shit, or trying to hit you or whatever it is. There's a lot of forms of disrespect. Let's say she's out with you and you see her blatantly flirting with some other guy while you're there. You understand? There's a lot of shit.
I see. Calling me names like what?
Bro, I'm telling you, we gonna have to do a private consultation, bro. Because I'm telling you, but all I'm saying is that there's a lot of stuff that you gotta understand. Like, exactly, Big Stain emasculating you. A chick can emasculate you by calling you a bunch of bullshit and saying a bunch of crazy shit to you. And some of it is
how would you feel if I told you I fucked your girl last week?
You said how would I
about your channel, and that's why I'm calling.
You said I would actually be impressed.
And everything I said today was bullshit.
I'd actually be impressed. I'd be impressed.
You're impressed?
No, I wouldn't be impressed. If you actually fucked my girl, I would be impressed.
Yeah, I did.
Really?
I talked to her last week.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
she told me about.
Wait, so that
everything you do.
means she had 100% interest in you, correct?
5,000 actually.
Exactly. You see how you want to troll now because he's scared. You see how you want to troll now? See, now I had to hang up on him. You see what I mean? You see how dudes be getting their feelings? I'm giving this dude $1 million worth of game, and now he want to get in his feelings. You see what happened? You see what happened? I try to give this nigga $1 million worth of game. Shout out to Gilly the Kid. And he want to troll. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. Exactly, you say he got hurt. Exactly, you said I gave him jewels and he got sensitive. I know, that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. The dude got sensitive. He got sensitive. Because if he was trying to do that, he would have done that way before. If that was the case. He took too long. You see what I'm saying? He took too long. He said $10,000 says he's a virgin. Oh, man. Man, hilarious. That's fucked up. I say the next Elliot Roger. Hilarious. Oh, man, I'm telling you, this is what happened, dudes. He got nervous because I was like, bro, give me the number and let's test your theory. Let's test the theory, bro. That's all I'm saying. Let's test the theory, my nigga. Oh my God. Hilarious. Ross, what the fuck you talking about? He got me. Nigga, he was trolling at the end because he got butthurt, bro. He got butthurt. Stop the nonsense. Exactly, Ed Dolly. He's like, now he's being childish. That's hilarious. My God. I'm telling you, these dudes, trust me, because even, let's say, for example, he was trolling the whole time. That's still, like I said earlier, that's still his truth coming out. You understand? That's still his truth. That's still true. You say he was backpedaling. Exactly. Man. Crazy. Man. That's funny. That is funny. What time is it? Shit, I gotta fucking head up out of here. So listen, guys. Remember to boom, get the shirts. Submissive women are sexy. Make sure you guys click that link below. Submissive women are sexy. Get the t-shirts. You feel what I'm saying? Exactly. He was trolling with his truth. Exactly. Make sure you guys click that link below. Get the t-shirts. You feel me? These shirts is off the fucking hook. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get the shit popping. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And I will holler at you guys later. You guys have a good rest of your weekend. And I'll talk to you guys soon. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone. Later.